What sparked my interest was that I went to visit a psychologist years and years ago when I was about 10 years old or so, and they recommended that Taekwondo would be a great fit for people that go through autism to help them better their focus and their confidence. I started doing Taekwondo ever since then.
Do you remember your very first class?
Yes, I do. So my first class was almost 20 years ago, which was a long time ago. And I remember my very first instructor, his name is Mr. Frank Paul out of Clinton, New Jersey. I remember his original school was two different rooms that were separated by wooden sliding doors and a wall. So it would be a wall and two wooden sliding doors. And we went into the back room of the floors, and I remember we sat down and did a half-hour private lesson, and then when he was done with the private lesson, explaining the prices and the whole program to me from there, I remember he was training for a 4th degree black belt, which is pretty funny because I'm also a 4th degree black belt myself now, so it just kind of goes full circle.
Was there a mentor or instructor growing up who shaped the way you teach today?
Yes. So my previous story, I talked about Mr. Paul. He was definitely one of those people that motivated me to teach me, how I'm able to do my Taekwondo today. A lot of it is in reflection of his teachings. But as I got older, I had life, I had college. I moved out to Texas about 10 years ago. I met a gentleman up in Louisville, Texas named Mr. Will Anderson, who is my current instructor right now. And he helped me get to where I was originally at as a great starting point, and helped me to even better into the future on how to guide people on when the intensity needs to be up and when it needs to be down for certain people, and how to navigate that the best for everybody.
What made you decide to open your own Taekwondo studio instead of just continuing to teach?
So my family is a family full of entrepreneurs. They've all had successful businesses in various different areas of industry and of life, and I knew that I wanted to follow my family's footsteps, and I wanted to follow my mentor's footsteps, because I believe in passing on the knowledge that I've learned over the years onto the next generation of future martial artists. And what a better way to give back to a community than to come right here in Dallas, Texas, and just teach the next generation of people.
What was the hardest part about starting the studio from scratch?
Having faith in yourself in the beginning, and just recognizing your own limitations, recognizing where you're great at things, and realizing you are not going to be good at everything right away. And that even though I'm almost done with my first year, I still have so much to learn. Like, I can imagine doing a similar video like this 5-10 years from now, and even thinking that young man still had a lot to learn even in those few years. So it's a never-ending process. It's a never-stopping process, and give yourself grace would be the biggest thing.
Do you have an example of something that was a roadblock when you first were in the opening stages?
In terms of navigating the business side of things, how to handle point of sale processing. My next big challenge is dealing with the communication. All the customer relationship aspects of the business work out tremendously well. Has been the most navigating challenge thus far.
Was there ever a moment in this year where you doubted yourself, and if so, what kept you going?
So what made me doubt myself was thinking that I could handle every single aspect of this business myself. And it was just a very difficult process, and humbling enough to recognize I couldn't get that done all on my own. That I needed some great team members to help me out in this whole process. And the things that keep me going every day, I see a phenomenal group of kids, teens, adults. They all come together, they introduce themselves. There's a great camaraderie around, and a phenomenal community that just makes you want to get up the next day and go, okay, time to go to work. Time to teach a bunch of great classes. So.
What do you hope students feel when they walk through these doors for the first time?
Whenever you walk through the doors of the martial arts school, it could feel a little nerve-wracking at first. Like, what am I getting into here? But honestly, that's okay. I was in the same place Just like you were, all my students that have been here, it was the same place for them. What's even funnier is that they've never had a martial arts school experience of any kind and didn't have anybody at any point in time. And so what's going to be awesome now is that you get to come into a school that is a little newer, yes, but has a little bit of an established community now. And you get to meet people about your age, or some people you already see at school sometimes on a regular basis. They have this whole other side of them that maybe you might have yourself. So it's a really cool, awesome experience. Once you overcome those nerves a little bit, then you're going to enjoy the program that we have here, and that's all.
What's been one moment this past year that made you stop and think, this is exactly why I started this?
I have seen students introduce themselves without me ever prompting them to introduce themselves. And it made me recognize, wow, we've got a cool future here if we play the cards right. And seeing our teen and adult students, every time we high-five each other at the end of class, sometimes right before class, there might be a young person that's either doing a strike test or doing their belt test, and the whole class is so happy to see that person achieve that next strike or achieve that next belt without me ever prompting or ever asking to get it done. They naturally just do it on their own because they want everybody else to succeed as well.
How has owning this studio changed you personally?
How's it changed me personally? It's taught me to grow up a little bit. It's taught me to be a little bit more responsible. But it's made me gain a cool new perspective in that it is okay to not know everything yet. And you wish for things to start happening when you wish they could. It's something you can't control, but you always come back and just put a big old smile on your face and just move forward to the next day.
If you could go back and talk to the kid who first started Taekwondo, what would you tell him now, 1 year into owning his own school?
I mean, kid, I gotta be honest, this is gonna be some 20-year journey, this is gonna be sad. But in general, take it one day at a time. Enjoy the lessons you're learning now. You're gonna have quite a roller coaster. There's gonna be a lot of great ups. There are gonna be some of the highest of highs. And there will be times later on in your life, there will be some lower of lows. But for now, just take it a day at a time, a week at a time, and a month at a time. Don't think past 30 days and just see how you like it from there on out. Yeah. Pretty good.